Hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar, Video Marketing from Brand to Demand, sponsored by Regalix. My name is Annie and I will be your moderator today. First of all, let's cover a few logistics items. All lines are in listen-only mode during the conversation. Throughout our presentation, we encourage you to interact with our speaker by typing in questions and comments using the questions pane. We will be answering questions right after the presentation. If you'd like to join the conversation on Twitter, the hashtag is Video Analytics. I repeat, the hashtag is Video Analytics. We'd love to have you connect with us and keep the conversation going beyond today's event. A link to the recorded webcast will be emailed shortly after the event, and it will be available on demand at www.regalix.com. With that information, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Lasse Rouhiainen, a leading authority on video marketing and social media, and Iyer, CEO, Quanzu. Lasse is an in-demand speaker and trainer for corporates, business schools, and universities on video marketing and social media marketing strategies. He has authored several best-selling books, including 101 Video Marketing Tips and Strategies for Small Businesses and more. Iyer is CEO of Quanzu, a cloud-based platform for demand marketers that uniquely integrates retargeting and display with marketing automation and CRM. Quanzu serves mid to large global enterprises such as SAP, Paychex, UBM, and others. In today's webinar, we'll have Lasse speak about why video marketing is so popular and successful for B2B marketing and best practices for leveraging video. And Mani will be covering how to increase prospect engagements using video across digital channels, track your video metrics, and best practices. With that overview, let's get started. Over to you, Lasse.
Okay, so thank you, Annie, for that introduction. And today we want to cover how to use video marketing for B2B marketing. And before, we want to talk about why video marketing is so important. One of the reasons is that video marketing is the best way to sell or promote our services and businesses. And when starting off, we need to talk about YouTube. Today, YouTube is the biggest site for many young consumers. And for example, here, according to this presentation by YouTube, it says here that YouTube is the lifestyle choice for many young people. And when we work in the B2B environment, of course, many of the decision makers are not young. However, these people will also be working in B2B in the future, and it's good to know that YouTube has such a strong point or strong, how would I say, role for young people. Also in the US, YouTube reaches more young people than any other cable network. But when talking about B2B, I wanted to share a few statistics from Regalix. And here is, for example, one that 78% of B2B content marketers use videos. And maybe you have seen a lot of different statistics. Just wanted to share and read out loud this last one here, where it says 94% of B2B marketers rate video marketing as the most effective sales and marketing tactic. So it's extremely important. And before we start talking about what kind of videos your company should be creating, I wanted to highlight that video as a content or content in general nowadays is growing rapidly. And what that means is that we need to understand how we promote our content, how we promote our videos, and also how we convert prospects to leads and to customers. And that's something we talk today. But one of the highlights here is that there will be more and more content online, and therefore your company needs to promote and optimize that content the right way. So now the question is how we can, what are the best practices, and as a company, what kind of videos you should create in order to start promoting your business and your services. Now, in this slide, we will cover different kind of videos, and probably it's a good idea to write this down. We talk about different stages when a consumer or client is in the different stages of buying. So kind of like thinking about sales funnel. The first one is awareness and interest. Then people get a bit more interested, and then they are in the consideration phase, and after they are buying something. And we even talk about what kind of videos you should be making when you are doing after sales. So always think about that you do marketing in order to get more clients and generate more business, and I think this list here will be really helpful. So in the awareness and interest stage, you want to do videos that are invitations to different webinars or invitations to different live events. You can use explainer videos or animation videos, or even somebody from your company talking in these videos. Normally, these videos should be quite short, under 1 minute, and they should highlight why people should join that webinar or that live event. Then we should also make explainer videos to explain what are the benefits of using your service or your company. And also you can do tips and how-to tutorials, which are really important. Many people don't understand how to use certain products and services. And of course, in order to generate more social proof and generate more trust and credibility, we need to share customer testimonials as well. So consider these 3 areas or groups of videos really important for your company when you are starting to do video marketing. And of course, when customers get to know you more, you need to do more videos. These kind of videos could be case study videos. I recommend to do really specific case study videos, meaning really specifically highlight how some of your clients have got benefits of using your service or your products. You can also do on-demand recorded videos of specific things regarding your business, and you can also do specific product demos. All of these can be in video format, and this will help you to automate your business, and it will help you to move on faster. And just before making the sales, you can do question Q&A videos. You can do as well ROI model or walkthroughs to explain how companies will get benefit and how they will get ROI from using your product. And one of my favorites is personalized video email. This means that before buying, many people have questions, they have doubts. You can do video emails, and you can answer these emails by sending a video email where they see your face and hear your voice, and this way you are generating more trust. Also, once customers buy, you can do new customer onboarding videos teaching them how to use your product. So I hope you find these different videos extremely valuable and consider how you can apply this in your company. Now, after doing videos, you have to understand how we optimize and how we promote our content. One of the case studies that I wanted to highlight is Citrix. You can go to youtube.com and search for Citrix TV. That's the company that provides actually this webinar room that we are now using. And here you can see different kind of, for example, you will see different kind of videos, but you will also see that they have more than 4 million views. And I really like how they have created different ways for their clients to find different links inside their website. You can go to learn how to buy, or you can find Citrix support, and so on. Also, when you visit their YouTube channel, I would use that as an example because they have created a lot of different videos. And remember that customers are totally distracted today. We need to organize our content really well. And they have organized it extremely well by creating different playlists. Here we can see Citrix customer testimonial playlist. Here you can see different executive insight, which is also important for generating trust and credibility, and then we'll see different how-to videos. So consider this as a good example and try to think how your company could implement that. Also, I recommend doing webinars. I recommend doing Google Hangouts, and many times we need to consider what kind of equipment we have. And here is a list that I always recommend. I do not recommend, if you're using Google Hangouts, I do not recommend using the webcam of your computer, but rather buying a full HD webcam, as you can see here, and also using professional microphone, extremely important. And if you're doing your demonstration or webinar in some area, try to use noise cancelling microphone as well. Few words on how we get our video found, so how people will find your video. Obviously, you need to upload your most important content to YouTube and let YouTube find more and more people to you so that they can find your white paper and they can fill in the contact details and so on. When you are doing YouTube marketing, always try to optimize the keyword of your video, meaning the title of your video should have your most important keyword. Like here you can see how to use video email for business. This is the first video out of more than 2 million videos, and it comes to first because I used the keyword in the title. So that's extremely important. Try to do that for each of your videos. Now also, as I mentioned before, Google Hangouts is getting more and more importance. Many B2B companies are starting to use it. Here you can see an example from Dell Computer. And the good thing about Google Hangouts is that once you create it, the recording will stay on YouTube. What happens is that Google is right now ranking these videos, these recordings, better than other content. For example, here's an amazing example. If you search for this keyword that you can see on the screen, this webinar or Google Hangout that Dell created comes before Symantec.com website comes. So you can do SEO ranking this way, and also it's really, really interesting because Google wants to promote Google Hangout recordings. All of these recordings will be on YouTube, and I highly recommend each company to start using them. So few ways or few ideas on how we can extend our reach before I will share and before Mani will be sharing more strategies. So as a company, you always have to think how you can be better than the competition, how you can find new ways to extend reach and promote your video content. One of the biggest things which is happening right now in the social media space is the growth of usage of video inside Facebook. So within 1 year, the usage of video and video plays inside Facebook has grown more than 700%, and this is extremely important fact, and this is due to the Facebook changes. So probably you have already noticed that when you go to Facebook, you will see all kinds of short videos, and this is really good information, this is really good news, and as a marketer you should be thinking how you can do short product demos or something, let's say short customer testimonials, and start promoting them inside Facebook. Facebook advertising is extremely powerful right now, and they are also starting something called new premium video advertising, and they will be giving new video metrics, meaning that we will see exactly when the audience retention. This means that we will see exactly when our audience is leaving our video. So when you do 1 minute video, you will see exactly when people stop watching your video, and you can get this insight and then improve your next video. Okay, so this is extremely important. It will start soon, and there's huge opportunities right now. My prediction is that Facebook advertising and Facebook video advertising will be much more expensive within few years, so I highly recommend everybody to start using it now. So how do we use it? We create a quick video, maybe 30 seconds of a product demo or customer testimonial or something interesting. If you can make it funny and interesting, that's good. And the good thing is that you can do really specific audience targeting within Facebook advertising. Facebook added a few weeks ago something called behaviors. So if you are a company in California, you can target, for example, people who are online spenders, meaning they spend money online. And this is extremely interesting. It's mostly used in the B2C market, but also as a B2B company, you should be considering using this targeting because it's really, really interesting information we didn't have access before. But as a B2B company, I recommend thinking your product, where would be the best buyers for your product. And then you can target these companies using Facebook targeting. So here is an example. This would be, location would be California. And as you can see, with this ad, what I'm targeting is people specifically who work in Cisco systems, HP, and IBM. So if I'm a startup and I have something that these companies or people working there would benefit, I can directly focus them by using Facebook advertising, and I can create short videos and do video advertising. And I would say I see this as one of the biggest benefits this year. I highly recommend companies to start as soon as possible because it's really cost effective as well. Now, if there's a lot of questions, we can take them at the end of this webinar. Right now, I would like to give this presentation to Mani, who will be sharing more on how to use video for demand generation. So Mani, here is your, you can start from now, and I will be here answering questions at the end of the webinar.
Thank you, Lasse, and thanks everyone for joining us today for this session on video marketing from brand to demand. So Lasse has covered a number of interesting topics, I would say primarily from a branding standpoint. What we will do now is really start to focus the discussion around demand generation programs, an important activity, as you all know, in B2B companies. So first up, let me just go on to my next screen here. So here is something we do here at Quanzu, where we really focus around how we can help B2B customers extend their reach, increase their demand, that's incoming demand for their product or their service, and accelerate their pipeline. And in this webinar, we'll focus specifically on the use of video. So what you see here is a new approach to building out rich media ads and content, and we have a specific technology platform we built around that, where you can serve out interactive rich media ads, which are, again, video-based. You can serve it out to a variety of ad networks, exchanges, retargeting platforms, real-time bidding platforms, and essentially extend the reach and distribution of your video assets. And then you'll find that we have some interesting new ways so you can capture interest, expressed interest, information, and collect the data back in your in-house marketing systems. So whether you're using a marketing automation tool or technology such as an Eloqua, Marketo, Silverpop, or CRM systems such as Salesforce, you'll find that there's some new ways now to do lead capture directly inside video content and video assets that are deployed through a variety of different digital channels. Let's now dig in a little deeper and see what we are talking about. So I really liked what Lasse did with explaining to you all the different stages of the funnel and the types of video that makes sense from a content standpoint at different stages of the funnel. Now, the visual that you see here is really about now thinking about the tactics, the kinds of campaigns where you would try to use those exact video formats. So again, remember, there are tactics that also work the best, again, the campaign types, depending on the stage of the funnel where the prospect might be. So at the very top of the funnel, if you're doing any kind of audience-targeted display campaigns, you can, we'll show you some new ways you can actually do video-based lead generation combined with your display advertising campaigns. We'll show you how you can do, by the way, this can be on mobile. You can do content marketing through video. And another one that's increasingly popular in B2B is retargeting campaigns, specifically site retargeting, where you're trying to bring in visitors who visited your website and bounced away. And now it's possible to do that using video. We'll show you how. Let's look at the mid-funnel. In the mid-funnel, there are certain new tactics available called email retargeting, where you can actually target visitors by embedding little pixels in the emails that you send. Target those people with display ads, and right in the display ad, you can have videos. Now, in the lower funnel, there are yet more personalized and advanced tactics available where you can use videos. Let's look at a specific new type of video unit that's now available for extending your reach and serving out through advertising. And this is what we call video lead form ads. What you see here is a situation where, first of all, you can link in a little piece of marketing video or a training video, certainly a teaser video. We certainly don't recommend long form content, but think of it as a short form, 15, 30, no more than a minute type of content that you deploy to one of these video format ad units. In this case, we're showing you a 300 by 250 medium rectangle ad unit format. And you present the video. You then present a little overlay banner that you are seeing in the second screen there. And the idea here is to get the prospect to engage, either watch the video or click on the little overlay banner link, but banner image. But in either case, what happens is you end up presenting the lead form after they play through the video or at the end of the whole process. And from there, you present a thank you screen. And the point here is you're doing capture of lead information directly from a video ad unit straight into your marketing automation system or your CRM system. So we have seen a tremendous increase in lead conversions taking this approach versus the more typical video ad with a redirect to a landing page to try to drive conversions on your landing page. Here is an example of another format. Imagine you have now a mid-stage recorded webinar video, and you're really trying to find ways to increase, increase engagement, increase consumption of your recorded webinars. So this would be another tactic we would recommend, where you can present your webinar, kind of an overview of who is presenting a webinar, who are the speakers, and then after the optional front screen, you can get the prospect to fill out a little piece of information about who they are. First name, last name, company, email, and then get them to register. And post-registration, you can either lead them on to an upcoming webinar, or you could also lead them onto a recorded webinar. So both scenarios would work. The lead information can be captured in your a webinar tool such as Citrix GoToWebinar, or it can be directed straight, meaning all the registration data can be captured straight in your marketing automation system. We already talked about site retargeting. So as you think about retargeting programs, retargeting campaigns, you may not have traditionally thought about using video in those campaigns, but now that we've shown you there are these new kind of video ad formats available to you, that's certainly something for you to consider. Remember, with retargeting, if you keep presenting folks the same type of an ad all over again across all the impressions that you're going to be serving of the ad to them, you're going to see lower engagement. So something we recommend to many of our customers is to mix it up. So you might want to serve some of the more static formats with some images and visuals, but then mix it up with these video ad formats, and that way you can show something new, something interesting, and drive up engagement. This is just showing you a little more drill down detail on how you might set up one of those video lead form ads that we showed you earlier. So certainly in our platform, what you end up doing is you would go in, you would essentially find a link to your YouTube video like you see there with the little video link, and then you would upload a little overlay banner ad like you see there, and essentially it's a multi-step process of setting up the entire video flow. I want to talk next about analytics. What are the kind of metrics and analytics you really want to be thinking about as you deploy some of these newer tactics where you're using video, not just generation. Specifically, here are some things you will want to track. When it comes to advertising, you want to know not just where the ads got served or how many impressions of the ad got served, but we like to track things such as viewable impressions, meaning was the video actually shown or served above the fold? Lead captures, how many leads were captured in the video? Percent of engagement impressions, was the video engaging and how engaging was it? Partial fills, did somebody drop off in terms of not just engaging with the video, but in terms of maybe partly filling out the form, they didn't go all the way. A couple of other things with video, very handy if you're able to track it, and we certainly are able to do that for you. One is video play duration. Did they play 5 seconds into the video? Did they play all the way through the video? Video play as a percent of the total duration, meaning if the entire video is for, say, 60 seconds, did they make it 15% through, 25, 50? How far into the video did they actually watch? That's important because you really then have a much deeper sense of, is your video engaging these folks? Are they staying with it, or are they dropping off? So here again, just a recap of the key stats: viewable impressions, partial fills, leads collected, and so on. I want to switch next and talk about how do you put together one of these video-based demand generation programs or campaigns. In the first part of the presentation, we discussed a lot about brand awareness. So again, you might have a goal around brand awareness. That may drive certain tactics for you. In the second part of this presentation, we have talked specifically around demand generation, demand creation. And as we saw, you could even say, you know what, I need to do both. And that's fine, which means you can make sure that you have a video that's really a strong brand video. But again, you can have these lead forms behind it, so you're accomplishing kind of both your objectives. Now, other things to keep in mind as you think of what videos you want to use is, of course, the personas. Is it early stage, mid stage, late stage? Is it targeting a specific type of buyer? And how the video can best speak to them. A budget is another key consideration. Are you going to be measuring it on reach? Are you going to be measuring it on engagement? Or certainly demand marketers care about one thing, and that's leads. Media buying. Certainly when it comes to advertising videos, you got to think through, are you going to do the media buying in-house? Are you going to outsource it to a partner? Creative, there's important steps there. We've looked at some of the metrics, some of the analytics you need to worry about, and how you can try to make sure that's available to an ongoing basis. When it comes to the campaigns, you want to think beyond just the initial targeting and audience segments. You need to think about how you're going to make sure the right volume of impressions are going to be served on a weekly, daily, and monthly basis. How are you going to maybe even change the creative, change the videos that you're going to show and serve in mid-flight. Now, next up, of course, is budgets. Now, in terms of budgets, we recommend have a high-level goal around how many leads per month you want to capture, certainly through the video marketing as a tactic and video advertising. Have weekly goals and monthly goals around not just how many initial inquiries you're going to get, but how many MQLs you want to generate off of those initial inquiries. And you will have some internal metrics around how you normally see those MQLs translate into closed wins or deals, and the ACV that you need to see on those deals. So here's a way to track it over several months and make sure you're hitting the right audience segments and generating the right kinds of video leads all along the way. And certainly many of our clients do this. They seek out a pilot budget, prove out their success, and then go back and expand their budget. Here's a little more detail on kind of the different cost components if you do decide to proceed and deploy one of these video type of demand generation campaigns. You certainly need to budget for video asset creation. that's the cost range you should expect. It's hundreds of, a few $100s per minute. Video hosting fees would go to your video hosting provider. The kind of ad formats we showed you with rich media where you can have videos combined with lead forms, that's where there's a technology fee component. And then you have the variable fees, which have three components. There is the impression fees for serving out these video type of lead formats. There is the media fees that you would pay to the ad network or exchange or a third-party publisher. And then there's the campaign management fee. That would be a % of the spend because, if you do decide to outsource as opposed to do it in-house. The type of goals we recommend, certainly when you do spend money on rich media, you want to make sure you're seeing the kind of higher lead conversions you would want. Again, in terms of the media buying, you would want to make sure that the lead quality meets your goals in terms of different media placements. And another thing which is becoming increasingly important is to think beyond direct publisher placements and use real-time bidding. You'll be amazed at the type of cost savings you might see. We know of many cases where we've had customers paying maybe $8 to $10 CPM on a direct buy, and a good portion of that inventory or similar inventory might be available to you through real-time bidding at a $2.50 or even a $3 CPM. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Annie to open it up for questions. Annie?
Thank you, Mani. Thank you, Lasse, for such a wonderful session. I hope our audience found it very informative. We will now begin with the Q&A. So the first question that we have received from one of our attendees is, what are the best tools to use for lead capture or sign-ups? Lasse, if you could just answer this. What are the best tools to use for lead capture or sign-ups? Lasse?
So is Lasse able to take this, or do you want me to? This is Mani.
Yeah, probably Mani, if you want to take up this question, then you can. Meanwhile, maybe Lasse can come and, add his inputs. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, again, let's talk about lead capture, signups. There are different scenarios here. In the context of just regular lead capture, I'm sure people are familiar with, landing pages and landing page forms that feed directly into your marketing automation or CRM platform. Then, of course, there are lead capture or sign-up forms that you can get on your website and blog and so forth. Now, if we're talking about lead capture combined with video-based engagement, then you will find that there are certain video marketing platforms that are available that are centered on landing pages. So on landing pages, there's one that we like. I don't want to pick one, but again, if you go to the launchpoint.marketo.com as an example, you'll find that they have several partners who are video marketing partners on their for using videos on landing pages. And many of them do have lead form capability where you can present a video and then have a form that shows up right behind the video. Another tactic we like is even SlideShare. So even on SlideShare now, you can upload videos and then you can upgrade to their pro account and then have a form show up that's again provided by SlideShare, and then they'll email you the leads that show up. So those are at least a couple of things I can think about right off the top. The ones that we were showing you, of course, was lead capture behind video, that principally designed for ad units and advertising-based videos, right, to serve out as an ad. You can, of course, use our technology on landing pages too. It's and website pages. It's more designed for on a website page. It would be like on the right rail or left rail because it is a 300 by 250 size, as you saw. Annie?
Great, Mani. So Lasse, are you there? I guess you would like to add something to it.
Sure. Just wanted to say thank you for Mani for excellent answer and a lot of good tips. And I don't have anything specific to add. I would only want to say that many companies make the mistake of only thinking about tools, and I recommend to think about that, but also think how you can make your report or whatever you are offering the best in your sector. So in other ways, people are getting more and more distracted nowadays. There's so much information. So do not think that, or try to think how you can create really valuable content. If you're doing a white paper, read all the white papers in your industry and in other industries and try to make the best one, both as to content as visual aspect. And I think that's one of the things many companies forget. People are really distracted, and I highly recommend putting a lot of consideration as to how we can make really good content when we are sharing something and getting leads and getting people's information. So just wanted to share that.
Great, Lasse. Thank you. So there's one more question, Lasse, that's come from one of our attendees for you. So in your opinion, what are some of the important ways to use online video in small business marketing?
Well, in small business marketing, you can think about that they are quite, well, a bit similar than the ones we had in that one slide where I was thinking about videos where we can increase trust and credibility, videos where we can show, for example, our product. Many times people want to see it. They want to see example how it's used. I also recommend many small businesses think about how they can use their own clients or customers to show their product. So rather than you doing the video, try to involve your clients or your customers and try to get them to do videos. Then it will be really powerful. And also customer testimonials and case studies nowadays are important because, again, there's so many services, there's so many products, people are really distracted, and we have to work harder in order to gain their trust. So I would do really high quality customer case studies and customer testimonials in order to show proof. So those are some of the most important videos. And as a recommendation in general, both to B2B and B2C, is nowadays when we start with this interest level by gaining interest, we need to do short videos. People are many times watching videos on their mobile device or on iPad or tablet, and these videos cannot be that long. Once you get more trust and credibility, you can do longer webinars and hangouts and so on, but try to do really short and to the point videos when you are starting out.
Thank you, Lasse. Mani, so there's one question for you. Many video hosting services offer analytics and metrics. What is the one thing that should stand out to potential clients?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And so what we are seeing, and this is becoming an increasing trend in the B2B world, is that customers are overwhelmed with the kind of different tools where they have to worry about all the different bits and pieces of analytics they get, right? It's becoming really challenging for them. So integration is becoming more and more and more important. So the idea being you want the video, you want to ideally go with or utilize a video hosting platform as well as any kind of video marketing technology that integrates with what is increasingly becoming your system of record. Right? In many companies, it's starting to become the marketing automation system, where they want to start aggregating all of the analytics and the data for further analysis, for reporting. So the key analytics, as we discussed, and I'll kind of reiterate that, is you certainly want to know about how many views of the video, meaning how many people actually ended up viewing the video, how many people engage with the video, so they engage, the kind of the initial engagement or the click number is important. Video engagement duration, meaning how long did they watch it? Was it for 5 seconds out of a 60-second video? Was it for 15 or 20 or 30 seconds? So video play duration is important. And again, useful, valuable is, did that video engagement lead to a next action? Did that same person go on? And this is where integration with marketing automation is valuable, is if you can impact the lead score. So this is a known individual, because now let's say there's tracking that can happen between this video unit or the video on your landing page and your marketing automation. Then you know who the person is. You can tie in their video engagement activity into other activity they may have done in the past. Maybe visited different content pages on your site, maybe downloaded an ebook, maybe downloaded a white paper. And so video can be part of a bigger set of expressed interest type of activities all through your all through kind of their journey in getting to know your company and your business and your product and your service. So I hope I answered the question. The point being, measure engagement, measure how this engagement fits in with all the other things you know about how they are engaging with your brand or your business, and then track things holistically, not just as kind of some kind of point tracking of just this one activity.
Great. So we have one last question for, which talks about mobile. What are the best practices for video marketing to our mobile users?
Well, maybe Mani can also comment on that. As I mentioned before, I would keep the video short. Also, if you have text on the video, I would put it bigger. Many times people are watching their mobile as they are maybe in the metro or bus or driving, so they don't see if the text is really small. So if you're doing like PowerPoint videos, try to make the letters and all the text really big. That's one thing. And also, I would recommend keep the video moving quite fast. Many younger people and also older people, when they're using their mobile, they're kind of like in a hurry all the time. So if the video goes really slow, it's boring, they will close it. So I would recommend that's important. And also think about the call to action. Make it really easy. If you are promoting a white paper of your company, make the landing page really easy, because when people go to the landing page with their mobile, many times if it's too filled in with information and so on, they will not fill in the form when they are using their mobile. So those are a few of the ideas that come. I would just think about kind of like putting yourself in the shoes of a person who's watching the video on a mobile and trying to make it really fast, easy, and so on. I don't know, what would you add, Mani?
Well, I would suggest definitely when you look at different technology providers, tools providers who maybe started in the web desktop display world, and if they say that they can also handle mobile, let's I would say definitely test it and make sure it works, because what happens is, as you know, there's something like a flash-based video. It's not going to work, right, on an iPhone or iPad type of device. I mean, Apple doesn't support Flash, for example. Then again, when you have video players, make sure that if they have a video player that is really for desktop, they do have a version of the player that's going to render properly and play properly on mobile. So it's really the technology aspect that, again, I would say you want to pay attention to in the course of repurposing video assets that originally was on YouTube desktop, and now let's say you want to be able to play it through mobile.
Great. Thank you, Mani. Thank you, Lasse. However, due to time constraints, we are unable to answer some of the questions that have come in. We would definitely email you the answers to your questions. You will be receiving an email that will alert you on the on-demand status of today's event, so that you can review any material you missed or simply want to go over it again. For any further queries or questions, please write to us at Annie, that is ANNIE, @regalix-inc.com, or call 650-515-3441. I repeat, 650-515-3441. On behalf of our guests, Lasse and Mani, as well as the folks at Regalix, my name is Annie, and we wish you a very good day. Do join us for our next webinar on lead nurturing, scheduled on the 25th of June. Further details regarding this webinar will be shared with you through email. Thank you once again for joining us today. Goodbye.